So just at the beginning, we're doing some warm-up drills, basic arm bars, triangles, escapes, bailouts, and then positional work, escaping back anacondas, finishing double legs, single legs, just basic stuff, some basic reverse ninja chokes, nothing too technical. We're going to get the guys position sparring, and then obviously we start working out the mistakes in those position spars and then correcting them. I think when it comes to Carlos Condit, he's obviously a Hall of Famer. He's a great fighter. Old school, great fighter with good jits, good butterfly, good arm bars, good triangles. You can see the way he plays his game. He's he's got a real nice flow to how he works, and so is Michael. So it should be really fun. I think ultimately it's going to be a matter of who's competition ready, who's got the right game for competition, and that's the key to all of this stuff. Obviously we're going to try and catch each other, but generally speaking, he's been out of competition for a while. Obviously he's been working on his jits, and Michael's been in competition and working on his fighting. So it should be a real fun match. We're going to fight now on back, okay? When the guy gets your back, 100% fight.
Yeah, it's a great session, man. It's tough guys. Christian Osbeck, Mr. Wizard. Norbert in the venue, my little brother. These guys, Derek is a cheerleader for us. Yeah, we got Derek Chisora as a cheerleader. Like, what you got? Huh?
Go Michael! Go Michael! Go Michael! Go Michael! Derek! Oh, Michael's here! Fuck out here, nigga, shit.
Well, yeah, man, it's a solid team, solid work. We've been going to various other gyms as well.
So you've been at
Los Banditos, the guys down there are exceptional. Absolutely exceptional at, obviously, jiu-jitsu. Some of the best in Europe. And I have the privilege of working with them. They've allowed me in their space, teaching me stuff. And it's helping. So it feels good, man, it feels good. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to take some time out to just focus solely on my jiu-jitsu. Obviously we do jiu-jitsu, we do wrestling, but everything for me is very much specific to an opponent. We do it like just by itself as well, but I haven't just dedicated just all this time to simply just doing this, and it feels good because all the things that I've been doing before, starting to remember again. So my sensitivity's going up, and obviously, as most people can see in my fights, that's an area that I just need to not have the same thought that I normally have. I think I have too much conscious thought while I'm fighting in jiu-jitsu. Obviously striking, second nature, but this is what I want this to become, second nature now. So that's why I'm doing the work with these beasts here. So looking forward to it.
I'm competing against Michael Venom Page, MVP, guy who I'm a big fan of. I'm excited to compete against him and not get punched in the head, but still get to go toe to toe with him. It's been about 12 years since I competed in London. Last time I put on a show. Guy like MVP, hometown boy. I'm excited to go in there and show the crowd, show everybody what I've been working on.
Oh my God! Oh,
yeah, the Turkish area.
Oh,
you coming?
Oh, they're coming here.
I mean, they sent me a couple messages.
You got my camera coming.
Do you do any anesthetic?
Oh no, I train all over Albuquerque, man. We have a fantastic community. I'm kind of a Ronin these days. I go to different gyms, train with all my people that I used to fight with. They're kind of spread out throughout town, and I get a lot of different looks and a lot of good training.
And then the next day on fight day, I went into the cage at 165.
Didn't understand the rule set.
So I performed
They told me that you were get tapped. Well, just make sure that I don't want to step on your toes.
No, by no means. They asked me several times. I was like, oh, of course. Yes. I cannot.
Well, I mean, he's an active fighter. He's going to be in great shape. He's fast, he's agile, he's more of a striker, but I'm sure that he's going to be working on his jits for the match, and I think that, it's hard to game plan for it because we haven't seen a whole lot of his jiu-jitsu, his grappling, because he's mainly just murks people on his feet. So I just got to go in there and stay versatile and do what I do.
You feel really good about yourself after? How you so? Dude, are you listening? Natty baby, Natty daddy. This guy's on steroids. Natty daddy. But thank you for asking. How much you weigh now?
Oh my God! No, gave that to you.
I'm same as you right now. 193. No. 195. Are you actually? Yeah. Damn, that's wild. We're the same size now, Carlos. Yes.
Well, I'm retired from MMA. I feel like I'm gonna do this shit, do jiu-jitsu the rest of my life, whether I'm competing or whether it's just for fun. I'm in it. So the opportunity to compete against a guy like MVP came up, and I jumped at it.
I'm excited to be on Polaris. This is my first time after trying to be on Polaris for years. I've always had messages back and forth with the people at Polaris trying to get onto their card. I've had messages from them where, like, schedule-wise, things just didn't work out, and I'm pretty thankful now to be on the card. I see Polaris as one of the better super fight events, one of the more professional events, and one of the events that brings in people from MMA and the MMA side of things, retired fighters, current fighters, active fighters, and I think that is a huge thing and can really help our sport and blend our fan base with a fan base that's far, far bigger than ours. So yeah, I am excited to be on Polaris, and everybody who has been on Polaris has told me about the quality of the event, the quality of the production, so that's always something I enjoy being a part of. Ellis is super tough. He might be a little under the radar to some people, especially in America, but in Europe, he's a household name. He's probably one of, if not the toughest dude from his region. He's a tough grappler. He has a very different game compared to most people at my weight class. You see people at my weight class are wrestling heavy and open guard heavy. He's more of a half guard, underhook half guard player and passes pretty close with body locks and things like that. He also has a really long frame, so I'm sure it allows him to attack submissions and different attacks that guys in our divisions probably might not be able to do the same way. So I know he poses a lot of issues, and being from the team and the region he's from, they're tough people. I know he's going to be tough to submit. I know he won't be easy. He's not going to be somebody who rolls over and dies if I get in control of him or I get to a good position. So on top of his unique technical skill set, I think he'll be pretty tough as well.
Anything else you guys are feeling?
The pressure doesn't really get added. I saw when this match was announced, and I know when they asked me about it, that this would be a match that Ellis would be champing at the bit about, because this is a chance to get him to springboard into the top 10s and the top 5s. Whereas with me, a lot of times I'm been in that ranking for 4 or 5 years now, maybe even more. So we're in very different places. We're in very different rankings in the sport. So for me to say that it puts pressure on me would be me saying that that pressure's been on me for a long time. So I feel like I can deal with it pretty well. I have a good idea that if I go out there and shit the bed and lose this match, that it'll be huge headline news, but that's not really where my mind's at. My mind's really on just dominating Ellis and beating him and not giving him a chance to get into the top 10, to be honest.
He can either get back to his guard or back to his feet. My goal obviously would be to stop him and take his back.
Against him specifically, I'd say my best weapon or my most useful skill set would be my passing. I think I can really shed holes in his game and shed some light on some holes in his game through my passing, through my speed, through my pressure on top. It's 10 minutes, so it's not a super long match, but it's a long enough match for me to wear him down if I need to. It's a long enough match to test his physical conditioning and his toughness, his cardio. So yeah, we have some time. You know, if I can get out there and get a quick submission or get past him really quickly and start to wear him down from like side control or mount, I will definitely take that. But if it takes some time to get past his guard, then I do have 10 minutes to work, so I have to be mindful of that. As far as like a dream matchup at this point, not really, because for me to have a dream matchup, I'd have to like go back in time and fight somebody from like back in the day or somebody who's already retired now, and obviously we can't do that in reality. But you know, every time I've like had a match that I've really wanted, it never happens. You know, when I voice that I really want to go against this guy, I really want to go against that guy, it's almost like I jinx myself or I put a curse on myself. So at this point now, I've competed so much. I've competed against so many different people in so many different weight classes that I don't really have a preference. You know, I just want to beat good people. I want to go against exciting grapplers. I want to go against credentialed grapplers. I always have a list of things I look at. I look at, you know, does somebody have world titles or world medals? Do they have ADCC titles or ADCC medals? Is their style exciting? Is it somebody who I've never gone against before? You know, at the end of my career, I want to be able to have a whole list of 30 world champions that I've beaten. I don't want to have wins over the same 6 guys 4 or 5 times, you know. So for example, I never won against Andy, so I was very excited to get that match. I never won against Ellis before, so I'm excited to get that match, you know. And Ellis and I were on the same podium for No-Gi Worlds in 2022, so it's unique to see, like, I'm standing on the top and he's at third, but we've never went against each other, right? So it's cool to see that we'll be going against each other now. It's cool to hear Polaris give me that name and me be like, oh yeah, that's definitely one of the guys who fits into my kind of like credential list of who I want to go against. So yeah, as far as like a specific name, like hitting the nail on the head, man, I don't know. Even if I knew, I don't know if I'd want to say, because then I feel like I'll never get to go against them.